more, and you may wind up with creating a variant that in fact eludes the protection of the vaccine.
California and New York City have announced they'll require vaccinations for all city employees. The Department of Veterans Affairs becomes the first federal agency to require the vaccine for all of its doctors. California state employees and healthcare workers now must show proof of vaccination or face weekly COVID tests. But for those affected, how are they reacting? Our Kitty Alvarado spoke with the president of the Nurses Union, who works in the busiest hospital in our county, to find out.
The governor's health order that mandates all state and healthcare workers show proof of vaccination or get tested at least once a week comes as Riverside County is seeing a spike in COVID cases. During Tuesday's Board of Supervisors meeting, the county's top doctor said the case rate went from 1.1 per 100,000 to 10.7 in 1 month.
The numbers today represent more than a 5-fold increase in case rate and positivity over the past 2 months.
The director of emergency services says hospitalizations are climbing too.
Most hospitals are reporting that there is a 3 to 4 times increase in COVID that they're seeing.
At the height of the last surge over the winter, hospitals in our county were over capacity. On the front lines at the center of that war was Riverside Community Hospital. They saw the largest numbers of COVID hospitalizations and deaths. A military team was even called in to help. The president of the Nurses Union says their lowest point came when the state brought in tractor trailers to handle the morgue's overflow.
That is a sight that I don't think we'll ever get out of our head. Watching portable morgues because we don't have the capacity inside the facility is just heart-wrenching.
As many of them started getting sick, they became so overwhelmed and understaffed, they threatened to go on strike.
It became real. It became scary.
While it's not clear how many of the hospital staff is unvaccinated, estimates on U.S. healthcare workers is 25%, but as many as half could be unvaccinated if the numbers reflect the county's rate.
Those numbers are pretty staggering when you think about it.
She says it may be early, but she has not heard from nurses who will refuse the mandate.
Well, now that the nurses are showing positive again, I think you're going to see more nurses say, I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and take my vaccination.
But she does think testing twice a week is too much.
I don't think twice a week is necessary unless we have full-on high-risk exposure.
She says some nurses will opt for testing for legitimate reasons, and a few may leave the profession rather than comply.
However, most of us that are in this for the long haul are not taking that stand right now. We're saying a mandate has been put out there for the nurses and for the healthcare provider for our safety and the safety of the community. And we're here to take a stand and take that side and do what's necessary.
Kitty Alvarado, NBC Palm Springs.